Hello everyone, welcome to Dragonare Dungeon. This is the video I promised over the last week on the fog chiller without ice. This is the Roberts version. You can see here, this pipe that I have painted brown is my standard 3-inch pipe that I'm using. It is a little bit breezy. You can see the fog is lifting up a little bit. But it's blowing out nice. I'm trying to get this in between the weather that goes out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run here just a little minute, but you can see for the most part, even with a little breeze, the light after it blows out, it's some of it's hanging down, but it's blowing out really nicely with the 3-inch. I am going to take the 3-inch off and put 2-inch up, and we're going to see how the 2.5 inch, see how the 2.5-inch works for the pipe. It's going to be smaller pipe. I may be able to run it for a greater distance, and it may even work better. The big problem is when you go down in diameter on pipe, the inline duct fans have a problem pushing the extra force of air into a smaller area. I'm using 4-inch fans, and the 4-inch fans blow the fog through the 3-inch pipe just beautifully. This is the front yard blow in the front yard ducting that we use. The back and side yard is 100 feet plus in length, and the 3-inch pipe still works with it, but we are expanding a huge amount next year, probably adding another 100 feet. And if I can just get some more of this free pipe at 2.5 inch and it works well, that's what we're going to do. Okay, and here we go. I've got the 2.5 inch PVC pipe. That's the white pipe. All hooked up. This is 40 foot. It's two 20-foot sections, and that's going to be the length of last year. And this is the 3-inch pipe. So there's a little bit of difference, but not much. And here comes that first blast of fog. You can see it's taking a little longer, but it's getting all the way down through the length of the pipe. But once this pipe gets charged, which it is now charged, you're going to see it's just going to pretty much in between fog blasts, it's going to blow. And even on this far end here where there isn't as much air movement, I mean, it's still blowing out and still spreading. And you can see further up the line as the fog clears the box, there's still a little bit left in there, and it hugs the ground. Here comes the next blast. See, now it's coming up a whole lot faster because we still have fog that is in the 2.5 inch line. Now when I run the other 3 sections to make it a 100-foot run, I may have to add an additional fan just for a booster fan, but because of the smaller pipe, it worked really well with the 3-inch. And then let me pull the cap off that I made, so you can see it's just kind of slowly billowing out there. And then when that fogger blows through, the next blast is going to come right on through the pipe here, and here it comes. I haven't adjusted the fan or anything for the length of pipe, although I'm sure that I could probably boost the pressure of the fan to push up a little bit more. But I mean, it flows out there so nicely. Now we're going to take a look at the inside of the box and how everything operates. So pardon for all the shakes with the camera. I've got the fog off and out of the system. Still have the fan on, so we're going to open the top of the box. I'm going to remove the fogger so you can see what's inside of my box. So here we go. Take the fogger off. And for those of you that are wanting to know, I do use the Titan 1200 from Froggy's on this front because it doesn't need as much fog. I'm only using a 1200 watt fogger, but it sure does work good. And then here's the lid. I just threw off a couple 2x4s. That raises the fogger up off of the bottom. And you can see where I have the ultrasonic mister. It's right up at the top end where the fog goes directly down into the box, so that the fog can get as much humidity in it as possible, which makes for a better cooling. And then I'm going to turn, again, pardon the, there we go, turn the mister off and the fogger off and the fan off. So there, now you can see it's really simple. The best thing to use, a lot of people talk about using cold water. Don't use cold water with these ultrasonic misters. You don't want hot water, but you also don't want cold water, because it really messes up with the misting action. Cold and hot water both do not do so well. You're trying to actually load up the fog with high humidity, make it heavier as well as cool it. So that's what the mister does, and that's why it works without any ice. Then here's my little fan unit. This is a cheap one that I got off of Amazon a couple years ago that works really well. I've got 3 boxes running, and I wish I would have bought 2 more of these when I did, because they were like $25. And then here's my 45-degree 4-inch street elbow, and then right at the end of the street elbow, 45-degree 3-inch ABS elbow, which slips really nice inside of that street elbow. And then this little gray part, that's the reducer that goes from 3-inch down to 2-inch. So I really like the 2.5-inch pipe. It's smaller, it works really well. I'm going to answer some other questions here a little bit later. But I've also got cookies, being Christmas time, running in the oven, so I'll be right back. I'll pull those out, and then we'll continue with this. So that's pretty much the whole entire system. Now, if you're coming to the clinic/class on January 9th out to Dragonare Dungeon near Tacoma, Washington, and you have private messaged me in Facebook, I will send you a list of materials, so that if you want to build your box, I've got all of the tools. You can come up here and build your box with us, and we can test it out and do some other experimentation as well. But the brown pipe, it's PVC just like the white is. I have free sources of the PVC. I wish I had the ABS. I don't want to pay the price for it. ABS is really expensive compared to PVC, but the beauty of ABS is that it's already black, just like these 2 elbows are, so you don't have to paint it. Anyways, you guys, have a great holiday, whether it's Hanukkah or Christmas or any of the other holidays that you may or may not celebrate, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. Keep posted on the Facebook page at Dragonare Dungeon or at Northwest Haunters Association. I post there with my haunted stuff frequently as well. For YouTubers, the links for both of those will be in the bottom description. Have a great day.